So hey guys, good afternoon. It's actually good evening. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Hope you're doing well tonight on this Saturday. The windows may start fogging up. It is so humid. It is awful. And guess what? Newsflash. It's raining in East Tennessee. I know you're shocked. Really shocked, right? So we have had a couple of days of nicer weather. And we were, man, I'm telling you what, we were doing the boot, scoot, and boogie to get everything done. And we, of course, it's an ongoing project all the time. And we got a lot done, thank goodness, but it was nonstop. I mean, nonstop. But here comes the rain. It's supposed to rain a lot over the next week. It's like the summer of '89 again. Do y'all remember that one? I mean, it rained forever that summer. I'll never forget it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a lot of rain for a while, and then all of a sudden, it's like we're in a desert. There's just no telling anymore. We'll talk a little bit about something related to that. But are you doing good? Everybody here is good. Everything's going fine. Everything's great. Just trying to really push to get ready for my little farm tour that's coming up. I told you that. So really doing a lot of catch-up projects and just trying to square things away. Just trying to square things away. But here's the thing. So I got an interesting statement / question on my last video, and I want to talk about it. And so the lady was really sweet, no big deal, but I thought it was an interesting question. She said to me, or she said she watches the channel, she is subscribed, so ma'am, I'm going to answer your question. She said that in her opinion, I haven't been talking about preparations since the election, or not as much as I used to. Well, I'm going to address that. First, before I do, I want to tell you something right now. I had another dream last night. Actually, it wasn't last night. I tend to do this. It's really weird. I tend to, go to bed. I try to go to bed, be in bed before 10 o'clock if I can. And because I find myself getting up earlier and earlier. When James goes to work, sometimes I get up with him around that time, which is usually around 3:50. But even if he doesn't go to work, he has the day off or the weekend or whatever, I will also continue to do that. I don't sleep in like 6. It's like my body, and this is not that's not an odd thing, but it is a newer thing for me. But sometimes, depending on the weather or what's going on, I'll get up and him haul around, let the dogs out or put in a load of laundry or something. And sometimes I'll go, the weather's bad. I'm not going to the barn yet. Whatever. I'll go lay down for a few minutes more. And sometimes I fall back asleep. So I did that this morning, and I did it a couple of days ago. This is actually my third dream over the last week and a half. And the first one I've not talked about, but the second one I did about the baby. And this one was, I was up, running around the house, doing all sorts of things. I was letting James sleep in a little bit, and I thought, well, I'll go get back in bed. Well, I did fall back asleep, and I dream. All 3 times I've had these dreams, vivid dreams. And it's like they have a message. Maybe it's my subconscious, whatever. But at the same time, they happen when I go back. So I told James, I said, I'm at the point now where I don't want to go back to sleep because it's like I fall back into this. It's really bizarre. So this morning I went back to sleep and I had this dream. All of a sudden we had a different house. Wasn't anything fancy or anything, average home. But it was we had moved to a different farm, like away from here to another farm. And I went out and I was looking around, and this massive tornado, like something out of Twister, was coming at us from the left side. And as I was seeing it spin in all of the darkness, there was something up to the right of it that was like, it almost looked like an alien ship. It looked like a drone. I'm going to be honest with you. And the lights were doing like this around, like in a disc sort of thing. It was, it was a saucer. I didn't see a saucer. I just saw the lights in a circle, and they were alternating and flashing. And there was lightning and thunder and all of that, but that was very distinct. And in my dream, I panicked. And I ran back in the house, and this house was totally set up different than what I've got right now. I was trying to find James. Gabriel was downstairs in the basement. I was trying to get him, I was trying to get everybody out. Because in my mind, we had to just get out of there. I know that's not technically what they tell you to do, but in my dream, bear with me, I was like, we gotta go. We gotta go. Can't tell you why. And when we went out and I looked over to the other side of my property, I could look across the Tennessee River. The Tennessee River, and there was a town on the other side of the Tennessee River. It could have been Loudon, Tennessee. It could have been, I mean, there's a lot of little towns that are near or close to the Tennessee River. So, but I was not told what it was. But the entire horizon, is from your entire left to your entire right, all the way out there, was a tornado. The biggest tornado visually I've ever seen, either in actual life or even something I could imagine. I mean, it was the entire horizon. And I woke up and got up, shook it off, told James, and then I saw that comment. And so I want to talk about this. I am absolutely 100% still telling you to prepare. Doesn't matter if Donald Trump was elected and I voted for him. Doesn't matter. Okay? That's a side issue. For whatever reason, not that this is a new thing with me overall, but I have been completely motivated, changed, rededicated, and I understand that my most critical preparation for myself, and one that I am trying my best to convey to you and encourage you to embark on, to repent for, is your salvation. So I tell James all the time, there are times that comments come into me or emails that come into me from people that are, folks, they're struggling really bad, okay? And so my goal right now is to ground myself in what I feel is my most important task, which is to witness the best I can. It's probably simple, stupid a lot of times, but that's the best I can do at that moment. It's whatever God tells me I need to do at that moment, okay? And I'm not afraid to tell you I'm a follower of Christ, and I'm not afraid to talk about it because I'm not denying him, okay? So, should you, I'm pretty sure I continue to say, please be debt-free as best you can at all costs. I mean, don't, you know what I mean? Do everything you can, put that grit in and be debt-free. Pay off what you can, save up a little money. I told you to look at assets, whatever assets are important to you for your as long as you can in terms of sustainability, long-term sustainability. We've talked about preps in terms of food. I've always encouraged you in terms of self-defense, especially you women out there. But I'm going to tell you right now, myself, you included, even if we talk about not having fear in terms of the times that we are living, I think it's normal to worry. But at the same time, we talk about not having fear. Don't be scared, prepare. That type stuff. Fear is a liar. Folks, you're in spiritual warfare, and I know for a fact that I've said that for several years now, point blank to you. But I'm finding as I'm getting older, and I'm finding as we mature together as a group, and I'm finding as things are changing every single day, and we're more confused over so many things, that my commitment to you can call it whatever you want, your spirituality. I call it my commitment to Jesus. It's not to my religion. My religion is Jesus, okay? So the point that I'm making here is your preps can float down the river. Yes, that's true. You can lose it all in an hour, a moment. You can get very, very sick. You might be the best prepper in the world and lose your job, lose your spouse. The only way, even in the hardest times, that you're going to be able to grip and to really dig your heels in and to press forward is if you're grounded spiritually, which is also everything to do with your emotional stability, in my opinion, in many ways, and your mental stability. So this is what I'm saying. Absolutely, I am not telling you not to prepare. I'm telling you to prepare, but I'm going to talk about and focus on where I'm at because I feel that's what I need to do. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter how many beanie weenies you have, how many stacks of gold, how many bars of gold you have, how many self-defense tools, and how many acres you have. If we hit hard times, which I'm telling you we're in, and you know we are too, so that's no debate, ultimately it comes down to how are you going to be able to handle it. Again and again and again, so many people have told me there are no atheists in the foxholes, Patara. So when it comes down to the brass tacks, yes, have all of these things you need, want and desire and feel you need, along with your skill sets and community. I'm all about it, being debt free. But at the end of the day, if you can't handle it, what good does it do? Because here's the thing, if you lose it and you don't have a grounding with what we just talked about, the nicest way I know how to say it is you're probably just going to flat out lose your mind because the stress is going to be so great. So this is why I say simply in my terms, get right with God. Many of you will specifically say repent and accept Jesus as your salvation. Absolutely. Get right with it, okay? So I'm going to talk about all the things, and I'm also going to have moments where, we talk about the hard stuff, but we talk about the farm stuff, we talk about the fun stuff. I tell you and talk about what I'm experiencing that day, the night before, that week. That's what I do on my channel. This is what we focus on. And, some days are going to be different than others. But absolutely, I have not encouraged you to take the foot off the pedal in terms of your definitely not your salvation, but especially your preparations. I think because I'm at a point where your preparations should be your lifestyle, preparedness. How are you going to be able to help yourself to help others and your family without preparedness? It's in the Bible. We're not even going to have that argument at all because some people want to argue that. What they want to do is discredit people that prepare or try to prepare because they're too lazy to do it themselves. It's not that they don't have the money to do it. It's that they just don't have the will to do it. And they also could be being deceived not to prepare. When people tell you that you're silly to want to prepare in all these different ways. I'm not saying to be a hoarder. I'm saying to be in a prepared lifestyle, regardless of what you choose to do, to be a farmer, a homesteader, a doctor, a lawyer. When people, in my opinion, every person that I've ever seen or every comment that I've ever seen made about how silly it is to prepare for hard times or denies it or whatever, that's the worst deception that you could probably run up against. So I want you to think about that. So yes, I want you to prepare because I love you and because I feel in my heart that's the way it needs to be and what is expected of us as warriors. But ultimately, it should be second nature. It should just be your lifestyle. Just like rotating your pantry or cleaning out your refrigerator or doing your laundry or washing your hair. These things are routine. It's your lifestyle. But the most important preparation is by far Jesus Christ. I love you. I hope this video finds you well. I'm going to go back to the house and clean up the kitchen and get ready for the evening. I'm going to try to relax just a little bit tonight. Busy day. I love you guys. Appreciate you always being here. Like, subscribe, and share. Pray, prep, and be peaceful. When you have dreams, think about them. I honestly think that the good Lord is telling us what's going on. We just have to pay attention. I'll see you on the next video.